Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Ibrahim Traoré's era. I hardly know where to start because Captain Ibrahim Traoré keeps surprising both Africa and the world. While many countries are struggling with high prices, debt, insecurity, and foreign pressure, Traoré is doing what many thought was impossible. Let me take you back a little so you understand how this began. A few weeks ago, Captain Ibrahim Traoré kept one of the boldest promises ever made by an African leader. He said he would give his people 1,000 brand new buses, a promise that sounded too good to believe for a country that had faced poverty, corruption, and foreign control for years. But against all odds, he delivered the first 500 buses. When those buses arrived, the people filled the streets singing his name. The photos went viral, long lines of shiny new buses, painted in the national colors, driving proudly through Ouagadougou. That day, many said, "This man is not just a leader, he is one of us." And now, my brothers and sisters, history has repeated itself, but this time, it's even bigger. Because this week, Captain Ibrahim Traoré has done it again. The remaining 500 buses have arrived. No empty promises, no long speeches, just results. Real buses, real progress, paid for with Burkina Faso's own money, not loans, not donations. Traoré has shocked the world again, but he didn't just finish what he started. He went further. He added 100 more yellow buses, made especially for public workers, teachers, police officers, doctors, lawyers, and other state employees. Now every public institution will receive at least 2 buses for their staff. Do you understand what that means? It means that, for the first time in many years, the workers who build and serve the country can now travel comfortably and with pride. They are no longer forgotten. While other African leaders are busy signing papers and begging for help from abroad, Captain Traoré is signing real deals that change lives. While others wait for approval from France or the IMF, Traoré gives orders directly, and his people make it happen. Now, let's talk about where these buses came from. Because that's an important part of this story. They came from China. Yes, China is now the main vehicle supplier for Burkina Faso's government. No more expensive Western contracts, no more French-made engines. From now on, China builds the buses, Burkina Faso pays directly, and the people see the results. This is not just about buses, it's about freedom. It's about a leader who has broken the old chains that tied his country to its former masters. France is not happy about this, believe me. They are angry, because under their control, Burkina Faso could never buy this many buses or spend its own money freely. Every move had to be approved by Paris. But that time is over. Now Traoré decides for his people, with his people, and for his people. And the most impressive thing is, even while facing terrorist attacks, foreign threats, and many assassination attempts, he is still building. He is fighting with one hand and developing his country with the other. Ladies and gentlemen, let that truth sink in. The story behind these buses shows something bigger than transport. It shows independence. Burkina Faso is no longer waiting for handouts or permission. Traoré is proving that development can happen with our own hands and our own money. France doesn't like it. They used to control everything. What we buy, what we build, who we deal with. But now, those days are gone. Traoré is working with partners who treat his country with respect, not control. China, Russia, Iran, and Kuwait now stand beside Burkina Faso, not with lectures, but with action. And even with all the pressure, all the threats, the man keeps moving forward. He builds schools, roads, houses, and jobs, even while fighting terrorists. The buses have become a symbol. They are more than machines. They represent hope and self-belief. Each one says, Africa can stand without begging. When the last buses arrived, the government launched a new plan called Move Burkina. Now everyone, from students to civil servants, can ride safely and cheaply across the country. No loans, no debt. Every bus was paid for with gold, cotton, and minerals that once left the country for free. Now those riches serve the people. That's what makes this moment special. Development without debt. Jobs have opened for drivers, cleaners, mechanics, and ticket officers. Young people are finally finding purpose again. Traoré said it best. We are not poor. We are rich in land, gold, and people. What we lacked was courage, and now we have it. And that courage is building a new Burkina Faso. But make no mistake, the old powers are still watching. They spread lies, saying the buses are unsafe or that Traoré is selling his country to China. But the people know better. They know who really sold their gold and freedom before. Even if the West closes its doors, Traoré says he will build his own. He is not just a soldier, he is a thinker, a builder, and a symbol of Africa's new rise. New factories are already coming. Vehicle assembly plants, solar energy projects, and technical schools. Burkina Faso will soon make its own cars, buses, and panels. From a buyer, it will become a producer. Across the Sahel, other countries are watching: Niger, Mali, Togo, Ghana. They see the change and say, if Burkina Faso can do it, so can we. That's what scares the West most, that Africa has found its strength again. France once used Africa's gold to survive, but now Africa is learning to live without France. The tables have turned. The lion is awake, and the old hunter is afraid. Traoré stands like those who came before him, Sankara, Lumumba, Nkrumah, but with a new strategy. Not fighting with guns, but with progress and unity. And as the buses roll through the streets, factories rise, and people smile again, one message echoes across the world. Africa does not need pity, it needs vision. This is the new Burkina Faso, proud, strong, and free. The lion has awakened, the dragon has arrived, and together, they are building a new Africa, bold, fearless, and unstoppable. This is not the end, my brothers and sisters. This is the beginning of Africa's second independence. This is Ibrahim Traoré's era,